Welcome to our journey into uncovering the great mysteries of the Bible and the signs of the end times that we are witnessing today. Have you ever wondered if the world is nearing its end? Natural disasters, pandemics, conflicts, and societal chaos, could these be signs of something much bigger at play? Recently, Pope Francis, the leader of the Catholic Church, made a startling revelation. The Antichrist, the ultimate enemy of Christ, has arrived and is lurking in the shadows, waiting for the destined moment to reveal itself. Throughout human history, there have been numerous events that made people question if the end times were approaching. However, perhaps now more than ever, we are living in an era where these signs seem more apparent, and warnings from spiritual leaders like Pope Francis add to the suspicion that we are on the brink of a major spiritual battle. This article will deeply analyze Pope Francis's warnings, the connections to Jared Kushner, and the mysterious signs, along with personal perspectives on how we should prepare for and confront these challenging times. Warnings from Pope Francis. What's happening? Pope Francis, one of the most influential spiritual leaders in the world, has issued warnings about the appearance of the Antichrist. He emphasizes that we are facing a spiritual battle not only to protect our faith, but to confront a terrifying truth. The Antichrist has arrived. In his recent sermons, Pope Francis highlighted specific signs he believes indicate the Antichrist's emergence, including moral decay in society, the rise of secularism, and the diminishing faith in religion. Signs of the End Times. In Pope Francis's sermons. In his teachings, Pope Francis consistently emphasizes that we are witnessing a period where worship and faith in God are being pushed to the margins of society by secular forces. He points out that the decline in faith in traditional values, the rise of individualism and materialism, along with the chaos in social relationships, are clear signs of the end times. The Pope believes these manifestations are not just social issues, but reflect the ongoing spiritual battle between good and evil. Religious persecution and warning signs. One of the prominent signs Pope Francis highlighted is the increasing persecution of Christians worldwide. In many places, believers face oppression, bans, and even violence simply because of their faith. From conflict zones in the Middle East to countries with strict religious controls, Christians are facing numerous trials and persecution. Pope Francis stressed that these events are not just attacks on individuals, but are signs of a larger spiritual war between good and evil. The Pope also noted the widespread notion that religion should be a private matter and should not interfere in public life. This has led to a situation where many people feel uncomfortable or even afraid to express their faith publicly. He warns that this suppression could be part of a bigger plan by the Antichrist, who seeks to push religion and worship out of everyday life. Connecting with real-world events. Many real-world events can be linked to Pope Francis's warnings. For example, the rise of atheism, secularism, and movements against religion in many countries can be seen as warning signs. Additionally, when countries enact laws that limit religious freedom, ban public expressions of faith, and promote a world where religion must take a backseat to science and materialism, these are concerning signals. Actions such as removing religious symbols from public spaces, banning prayer in schools or government institutions, and reducing the role of religion in social and political decisions are concrete examples of the retreat of faith in modern life. These actions are not merely cultural shifts, but reflect a deeper trend of pushing back religious influence and replacing it with secular values. Personal insights. From a personal perspective, these events serve as a strong reminder that we must hold firm in our faith and not be swayed by the temptations of the world. Modern society often values secular ideals and material wealth over spiritual values, leading many to get caught up in the busyness of life and forget the true meaning of existence. Pope Francis encourages us to return to faith, focus on core values, and always be prepared to face challenges with trust in God. Moreover, we should reflect on our roles in protecting and maintaining faith. It's not only about waiting for change from spiritual leaders or large organizations. Each individual can contribute by living in alignment with their values, spreading love, and supporting others in their community. Faith should not just be a private matter, but something that is shown through our actions and daily lives. Jared Kushner. Could he be a sign of the Antichrist? Jared Kushner, a businessman and senior advisor in the Trump administration, is a familiar name in circles of power. However, his connection to the biblical signs of the Antichrist has raised many questions. Kushner purchased the 666 Fifth Avenue building, a controversial address associated with the number 666, the number of the beast in the book of Revelation. Is this mere coincidence, or is it a sign of a larger plan? Jared Kushner's background and career. Born in 1981, Jared Kushner is the son-in-law of former U.S. President Donald Trump. Kushner is known for his role as an investor and senior advisor during Trump's presidency, particularly in foreign affairs and Middle East peace efforts. He played a key role in brokering peace agreements between Israel and several Arab nations, known as the Abraham Accords. Despite Kushner's accolades in international politics, there is much controversy and mystery behind his actions. Beyond his political achievements, Kushner is also a successful businessman with significant real estate ventures. However, his decision to purchase the 666 Fifth Avenue building has fueled suspicions about his true motivations. Some conspiracy theories suggest that owning this building is part of a secret plan to seize symbols of power and control. The 606 Fifth Avenue building. The purchase of 606 Fifth Avenue for $1.8 billion has led many to connect the number 666 with the Antichrist, as it is the number of the beast in the book of Revelation. This building is located in a prime area of New York, near St. Patrick's Cathedral and Rockefeller Center, symbols of power and wealth. This has sparked numerous conspiracy theories about the connection between Kushner and hidden forces. Some believe that owning this building is not just a coincidence, but a signal of a bigger plan. Additionally, 666 Fifth Avenue has become a symbol of Kushner's ups and downs in the business world. After acquiring the building, Kushner faced financial difficulties and sought help from international investors, including those from Qatar and China. This raised concerns about the potential influence of foreign powers on his political decisions. Connection to biblical prophecies. Scholars and Bible researchers have pointed out that many of Kushner's actions could be linked to prophecies about the Antichrist. His involvement in Middle East peace agreements is seen as part of a plan to create a false peace, one of the signs of the end times. Furthermore, Kushner's past registration to vote as a woman is considered by some as a bizarre sign related to the Antichrist, drawing on Bible passages about abandoning faith and gender confusion. Other signs include Kushner's close ties to many powerful international figures and his significant influence on critical U.S. foreign policy decisions. Some suggest that this concentration of power could be another sign of the Antichrist's appearance, as described in the book of Revelation and the book of Daniel. Counter-arguments and reflection. While many theories link Jared Kushner to the Antichrist, it's essential to approach these ideas with caution. There is no concrete evidence proving that Kushner is the Antichrist, and many of his actions could simply be strategic business and political moves. However, it is crucial that we remain vigilant and not get swept up in unfounded theories, focusing instead on preserving our faith and living according to God's teachings. Additional analysis. To gain a deeper understanding, we must also carefully examine how events surrounding Jared Kushner can be distorted or misunderstood. In today's world, information spreads quickly and can easily be manipulated to fit sensational narratives or conspiracy theories. Therefore, when approaching information about Kushner or any other individual, we need an objective perspective, while firmly holding onto the core values of Christian faith. Moreover, there must be a clear distinction between individual actions and biblical prophecies. While some coincidences may prompt us to think, we should avoid jumping to conclusions without proper verification and thorough analysis. Christian faith encourages discernment and reflection, and we should not readily accept theories without clear evidence. Analysis and personal views on Antichrist theories. There are numerous theories about how and from where the Antichrist will emerge. The most common include the Antichrist as a wealthy billionaire, a deceitful religious leader, a political leader, or a corrupt church leader. Each theory has its basis in various Bible passages and reflects deep-seated fears of humanity about the world's end. The Antichrist as a wealthy billionaire. This theory suggests that the Antichrist could be a billionaire with significant economic and political influence, capable of manipulating markets and nations. In the book of Revelation, a figure is described who will control all buying and selling through a mark, which some link to wealthy individuals holding economic power globally. This highlights that money and power can become tools of the Antichrist in controlling and influencing people. In today's world, wealthy and powerful individuals are often seen as those who can sway political and economic decisions of nations. This concentration of power can easily be abused, which is why this theory is widely believed. However, it's also essential to remember that power and wealth are not always signs of evil. What matters is how they are used. The Antichrist as a deceitful religious leader. Some theories propose that the Antichrist will appear as a religious leader who deceives and leads many astray. The Bible warns of false prophets who will come with great power to deceive even the faithful. This reminds us that deception can occur even within religious organizations. These figures often present themselves as trustworthy and use faith as a means to garner support, but in reality, they serve dark purposes. Historically, there have been many examples of religious leaders exploiting others' faith to fulfill personal interests. This makes the theory of the Antichrist as a religious leader even more convincing. Pope Francis has often reminded believers that not everyone deserves trust, and we must always be vigilant against those who exploit faith for wrongdoing. The Antichrist as a political leader. Many believe that the Antichrist could be a political leader who brings false promises of peace and security. Passages in the book of Revelation and the book of Daniel describe a leader who will emerge with the power to persuade and unite nations under his control. Supporters of this theory often point out that political leaders have the ability to make the masses believe in unrealistic promises and can easily misuse power for personal gain. History has seen many political leaders use their power to wage wars, impose dictatorships, and control the populace. This has fueled the fear that a political leader might embody the Antichrist. However, it's also important to remember that not all political leaders are evil. Some have devoted their lives to bringing peace and welfare to humanity. Deep analysis and personal insights. From a personal viewpoint, these theories, while partly speculative, are valuable in reminding us of the need to stay alert. The rise of individuals with significant power in society is undeniable, and without oversight and accountability, this power can easily be abused. Pope Francis's warnings about the Antichrist are not just aimed at a specific individual, but serve as a wake-up call regarding the global trend of centralizing power in the hands of a few. We must hold on to our faith and continually seek the truth, ensuring that we are not misled by theories or empty promises that divert us from the core values of Christian faith. Pope Francis encourages believers to keep learning and reflecting, to pray without ceasing, and to seek guidance from God so that we can stand firm in the face of the challenges of the end times. How to maintain faith in the end times. In these challenging times, the advice from Pope Francis and the teachings of the Bible are powerful sources of encouragement for all of us. Remember, even if the Antichrist is operating in the shadows, its power is never absolute. The Bible clearly states that the Antichrist can only fully reveal itself when the power of the Holy Spirit and the Church is withdrawn. Until then, we must remain steadfast in our faith in Christ, who has triumphed over all forces of darkness. Practical ways to maintain faith. To maintain faith in these times, it is crucial to have a solid spiritual foundation. This can be achieved by engaging in religious communities, studying the Bible, and practicing daily prayer. Being part of a community not only provides additional spiritual support, but also offers an opportunity to share and learn from like-minded individuals. Studying the Bible not only helps us better understand God's teachings, but also equips us to recognize and confront the challenges in everyday life. Regular prayer practice is also a way for us to keep our faith strong and to always remember that we are never alone in this battle. God is always with us, guiding us through every difficulty. Inspirational stories. Stories in the Bible of those who have overcome trials with strong faith, like Daniel in the lion's den, or the early Christians persecuted for their faith, are vivid examples of courage and steadfastness. These stories are not just relics of the past, but serve as reminders that no matter how difficult the circumstances, faith in God remains the greatest source of strength. Additionally, we can find inspiration in those around us who have maintained their faith during the toughest times. Modern stories, such as Christians facing persecution in the Middle East, or those struggling to practice their faith in countries where religion is restricted, are clear demonstrations of the power of faith. These stories are not only sources of encouragement, but also reminders of resilience and loyalty to God. Reflecting on the role of community. In a world increasingly divided and polarized, building a strong community around shared values is incredibly important. Communities not only help us maintain our faith, but also provide a place where we can find comfort, encouragement, and togetherness in overcoming challenges. Pope Francis has repeatedly emphasized the role of the community and encourages everyone to participate and contribute to the life of the Church. A community is where each person can share, learn, and experience life's ups and downs together. It is not just a gathering of people, but a robust support network that helps individuals stand firm in life's storms. Joining a religious community is also a way for us to spread love and help those who need it most. Personal insights. I personally believe that each of us has a responsibility to maintain and strengthen faith, not only for ourselves, but also for those around us. This requires patience, determination, and a willingness to learn. We need to seek guidance from God and always keep our hearts open to His direction while equipping ourselves with the knowledge to distinguish between truth and deceit. In difficult times, maintaining an open heart and a steadfast spirit is crucial to overcoming every challenge. Moreover, we should find ways to integrate faith into our daily lives. This could be through helping others, living true to God's values, and keeping our hearts pure. Faith is not just something we keep to ourselves, but something we share with the world through every action and word. Conclusion. The battle between good and evil has been ongoing, and we are part of that battle. The warnings of Pope Francis, the analysis of Jared Kushner, and the theories about the Antichrist not only help us understand the signs of the end times, but also push us to prepare for the trials ahead. Always keep your faith strong, seek guidance from God, and do not let any forces shake your belief. The world may change, but the love and salvation of Christ are eternal. Pope Francis has emphasized that we should not fear these challenges, but face them with courage and determination. He encourages everyone to be a light in the darkness, to hold fast to faith, and to spread God's love to everyone around us. Together, we can overcome any challenge, for the ultimate victory belongs to God. Thank you for following along. If this article has provided you with valuable insights, please like, comment, and share it with your loved ones. Continue to join us in future content as we explore the signs of the end times and how we can stand strong in the face of life's challenges.